Recipe number 2 in my bread adventure from Bernard Clayton's The New Complete Book of Breads. Boom! Cuban bread makes 2 plump loaves. I love that word. Plump. You're gonna need yeast, sugar, flour, salt, and water. And I've got these lovely white sesame seeds for the topping. Welcome again to my crazy kitchen and my lovely knife sharpener. I don't know if you guys knew this. Last time I had this also here. This is also here. It's sage drying on my pot rack. All right, we're gonna get this started. I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet. I have to tell you, this recipe is really fast. The last couple of loaves I made were fast, but this is even faster. Like we're talking hour, hour and a half. I've been to Cuba once. I went to a resort, so my experience is probably not real. The one thing that was real though was the bread. I could have eaten that Cuban bread all day, all night, every day. It was amazing. Came out fresh, soft, warm. Oh, could eat it all day. So let's get going. I'm really hoping we end up with loaves like this and that I can drop one of these loaves off to my friend Denise because she loves Cuba and I'm sure she would love this Cuban bread. These loaves come together very quickly. I've got 4 cups of flour, the equivalent of 2 packages of active dry yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a tablespoon of salt. I combine all the dry ingredients and add 2 cups of lukewarm water to this. And this is the important part of mixing very vigorously with at least 100 to 150 strokes just to get that gluten going. And then, work your arm muscles. It doesn't hurt. Add a bit more flour till the dough comes away from the bowl. Put it onto a floured surface and start the 8 to 10 minute kneading process. The dough will be elastic and bubbly and super responsive. I let it rise in an oiled bowl covered in saran for 15 minutes. All right, it's been 15 minutes since I started the rise on the Cuban bread, and you guys, this stuff is crazy. It's so fat. It's a little fat dough. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm gonna punch it down, divide it into 2, place it on baking sheets, and we'll go from there. Punch down the dough and put it onto a lightly floured surface and give it a few turns to get rid of those air bubbles. I love using a scale to divvy up these loaves so they're relatively equal. I shape them into nice round balls. Again, this dough, very responsive and bubbly. There's a lot of yeast in it. I put it onto lined baking sheets. You do a crisscross pattern on the top with a sharp knife. Brush the tops generously with water. And then I use white sesame seeds to sprinkle on top. You can also use poppy seeds. Those would be absolutely delicious too. These loaves go into a cold oven. I like to put a cup, or the recipe calls for a cup or so of warm water to put in the bottom of the oven to generate some steam. You bake it at 400 degrees for 40 or so minutes. You guys, look at this pretty girl. Why so pretty? And for that hollow sound, stay tuned for a taste test. I cannot get over how awesome these loaves are. Please give this recipe a try. My dog was also very curious about this bread. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to the next loaf. You like some, Tiki?